everybody who is in here tonight. Thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget, we are live on YouTube as well. I remembered to go live on YouTube. So we're live right now. We're going to be touching on Raw, touching on SmackDown. Got some news and notes for next week's Raw and SmackDown. Going to be an exciting show next week on SmackDown Live, that's for sure. And first off, yeah, welcome back, Budweiser. I was wondering where you were at, my friend, but thank you for joining us tonight. I just wanted to come in here and thank you guys because I don't know if anybody else noticed. I tweeted it out yesterday, but if you go and click on our profile, we have now hit the gold VIP membership on Periscope. So thank you very much, everybody, for your support. Because of you guys, you got us to that gold status on Periscope. It happened yesterday out of the blue. I just got on. I was on the Dr. Hughes show, came on there, and we saw it. I was like, whoa, pretty damn cool. So I just wanted to come on here and thank you very much, everybody, for your support. Hey, what's up, man? Just how you doing tonight, dude? So thank everybody for popping in. After a pretty solid, damn good SmackDown Live tonight, it was definitely a different show tonight. I mean, it had a different vibe to it, I think, tonight. It seemed to me, at least. Maybe it's because it's that road to SummerSlam, but we got some great news coming out of SmackDown. Thank you, Lit Mantis, for the Super Hearts, man. I really do appreciate your support, dude. You and Dr. Hughes always come in here and drop those Super Hearts for us, so we really do appreciate the support you guys give us and the shares and everything. We do appreciate that. Brandon after throwing those little jabs. Thank you for the Super Hearts, man. We really appreciate that. We are only about 35,000 Super Hearts away from being a super broadcaster here on Periscope, joining the likes of Dr. Huge. So we do appreciate you guys throwing out those Super Hearts. They do mean a lot to us. What new hat tonight? Yeah, wearing my Buccaneers hat. No Spurs hat tonight. Thought I'd switch it up a little bit. So, Dave, Justin, you want to go Raw first, SmackDown Live first? How you guys want to do it?
Let's get Raw out of the way.
All right, so let's go with Raw from last night. Just in case you missed it, we'll go over a little bit of a rundown, and then we'll go over what we liked and disliked from Monday Night Raw last night. Kurt Angle started off the show with a bang, pretty much addressing the crowd about Brock Lesnar. Pretty much, last night he gave him an ultimatum. If he doesn't show up on Raw or make some type of agreement about defending this title at SummerSlam, he would have to forfeit the title. Well, lo and behold, oh, wow, Brandon Hafter, thank you for the Super Hearts, my man. Paul Heyman comes in at the last minute, right when Kurt Angle is about to forfeit the title, and says that Brock Lesnar will defend the title at SummerSlam, which then led to 6 wrestlers coming down to the ring and trying to declare their right to be the number 1 contender, which obviously to me, I don't know about you guys, but it should have been Bobby Lashley since he did beat Roman Reigns last night, but that's just my opinion. We had Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, Elias, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley come down to the ring, which then led to Kurt Angle making 2 triple threat matches. The winners go on to next week's Raw to find out who faces Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. We also had Bobby Roode take on Dolph Ziggler, Mojo Rawley take on Tyler Breeze, Bayley and Sasha were forced to team up by Kurt Angle to take on Dana Brooke and Alicia Fox. Raw Tag Team title holders Bo Dallas or Curtis Axel took on the Ascension. Boy, oh boy, the Ascension. We then found out that next week on Raw, we will get a tag title rematch. Authors of Pain took on Titus Worldwide. Sarah Logan took on Ember Moon. And then we had the 2 triple threat matches as well. It's like I mentioned. So, Dave. Okay, let's little talk about the opening segment a little bit, because we did have Kurt Angle go with his promise about forfeiting the title. He did make the 2 triple threat matches. But my question is to you, Dave. It's when Roman Reigns and Drew Balor, wow, Bobby Lashley were on separate sides of the triple threat matches. Did you pretty much think this was obvious that it was going to be Reigns and Lashley winning?
Yes, I did.
Justin, what about you?
Yeah, absolutely. You'd almost have to think, since they were going to be on different teams, that was absolutely going to be the 2 that were going to win both matches.
Okay. All right. Now, your thoughts, Justin, on the first triple threat match. Thank you, Alice. Appreciate that. between Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, Drew McIntyre. Finn Balor takes the pin. Drew McIntyre still looked strong throughout the whole match. Even looked like he was going to win at one point. Same thing with Balor. But, of course, Roman Reigns picks up the win. I thought this match was pretty solid, even though you kind of figured that Roman Reigns was going to pick up the victor. Excuse me. Justin, your thoughts? You go mess with these cats real quick.
Yeah, it was a really good match. Drew McIntyre, when he flew over the top rope, which we've all seen him do that before, that was pretty nice. He's pretty damn athletic for being 6'5", 265 or whatever he is. And I did like how Finn Balor was hitting Roman Reigns with the chair. You know, that's basically every fan right now. That's what they want to do to Roman Reigns. So that was a touch during the match. I really enjoyed it. They all three showed good in it. And, of course, we know Roman won. So, I mean, that's pretty much it about it.
Yeah, before I get to Dave, man, poor Finn Balor. Thank you, Jeffrey Cross, for the Super Heart. Really do appreciate that. Dang, man, y'all are dropping the Super Heart love tonight. Really do appreciate that. It seems like Finn Balor is never going to get a title shot ever again. They love to play up the whole he's never gotten his rematch. He's never technically lost it, but yet he's gone, how many years now without technically a rematch for the title, and it seems like they have no clue what to do with Finn Balor. And the new hashtag, I think, is Balor to 205 Live, because I think it's about that time, because there's nothing for him to do on Raw. It seems like they're done with him. He's just there to smile. What about you, Dave? Your thoughts? Triple threat match, Reigns winning. Your thoughts on the match?
On everything else with that, really quick, the stuff backstage with Corbin saying, like, why didn't you put me in the match? Well, you lost. Why should I put you in the match? Reigns and Rollins, I know Rollins fans are going to hate for this. They both lost, too, so why were they in the match? I mean, that was kind of funny, I thought. But, yeah, I didn't really, that was just thinking. Your logic is stupid, Kurt. Sorry. But, yeah. I thought it was a good match. I mean, there's some good spot. Obvious who's going to win. That spear on the outside was freaking – that Reigns did to Drew was freaking sick. It was pretty nice. But, yeah, I mean, it was a good match. It was cool to see Reigns get hit with a chair. That's always a highlight. And of course, hey, you guys want to get mad because Balor took the loss. You can all blame Tony.
Man, it seems that jinx I threw out on him 2018 at the beginning of the year is just really stuck around.
And an interesting point about it, too, I saw people talking on Twitter about it. He needs to bring the demon back, this and that. But when you really think about it, if he does that, it'll only prove that he can only win as the demon. And as Finn Balor, he's a loser. So I don't think he's going to do that anytime soon.
Yeah, and that was the one booking problem a lot of people did have with the Demon and Balor situation, where he would have to become the Demon to beat his opponents, and that doesn't look good for the Finn Balor character itself. So a good point Justin did make there.
Yeah, what else they could do? What else they could do with Finn Balor is if they didn't have Matt Hardy kind of doing a broken gimmick, you could do something where like Balor is kind of broken, and then he just starts coming out only as the Demon.
Yeah. That would definitely, yeah. Well, they haven't used it, man. When's the last time they used the Demon is when he faced AJ Styles, correct?
No, I think it's Seth for the Universal title, I thought.
No, he faced AJ last year, though. That was like 2 or 3 years ago he faced Seth.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he's been the Demon for like 2 or 3 years.
When's the last time he's done the Demon? Is the only way to bring him back to main event level.
It was against AJ at TLC when everyone got sick last year.
Yeah, that's when he was last.
Yeah, that's right. You're correct. Yes, that's right.
All right, so Roman Reigns picks up the win. So we now know that Roman Reigns will be in the finals of next week's Brock Lesnar #1 contendership challenge, whatever you want to call it. So the second triple threat match, which was Bobby Lashley, Elias, and Seth Rollins. His match wasn't too bad. I thought the first triple threat match was better. Probably because, you had Balor in there, and McIntyre, some of the stuff that McIntyre was doing in that ring was just unbelievable.
Yep.
But Bobby Lashley ends up taking the win. He will go now, and we will get part 3 of Bobby Lashley taking on Roman Reigns. And I I know a lot of people are probably going to say that Roman Reigns is going to win because Bobby Lashley did win at Extreme Rules. It does make sense for them to book it that way. WWE is known to do that. I feel like they're going to do the triple threat route. I really think they're going to do the triple threat route. Try to make you think that possibly Roman Reigns won't win. Maybe Roman Reigns may not even win. He may not win at all. Who knows? But Dave, your thoughts? Bobby Lashley wins, goes on next week, takes on Roman Reigns, part 3. But you got winning as well. Part 2. I feel like they've wrestled 3 times already. Maybe I'm wrong. I am wrong. I thought they wrestled 3 times already. It feels like they have. Part 2.
Yeah, I mean, I really hope Lashley wins because a lot of people might disagree with me because they want Rollins in every match, but I want to see. I've said this for years. Back when Lashley was a teen, I just want to see Lashley and Brock 1-on-1. That's the match I want to see. I don't want to see it become a triple threat. But likely Reigns will win, or it'll become a triple threat. And the smart move would be to have, if Reigns is going to beat Brock, then have Strowman. Everyone's been saying this. Have Strowman come out and cash in. So I mean, yeah, that'd be the smart way to do it. Whether they go that route or not.
What they should do next week. I'll wait till Justin's remark. But here's the thing: I saw a lot of people bitching and moaning that Rollins didn't win, and you may say, yeah, but they have a point, and they do because right now Rollins is one of the hottest guys on the main roster, probably the most popular guy on Raw, and you would think that since he did drop the title, you thought maybe possibly he'd be moving on to bigger and better things. He's also been mentioning Brock Lesnar in a lot of his promos lately. So you thought possibly maybe they throw a swerve out there and maybe Rollins picks up the win on Lashley, and then maybe Lashley inserts himself into the triple threat, which would be Reigns obviously beating Rollins. You don't think there's any type of gripe from Rollins fans, Dave?
Yeah, they're griping about everything. If Rollins isn't the main event of every single show, every single pay-per-view, and he's not facing Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, I mean, is that real? Do people really rather? I guess they would because they're Rollins fans. But me personally, as a fan, I would rather see Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley as a fan. Obviously, I'm not a wrestler, I'm a fan, but just watching, I would rather
see Rollins in that spotlight because
we've seen it though.
Well, the thing about Rollins is I don't think he's done with Ziggler, honestly.
I think he goes next. I think he goes next with Drew, honestly. I think that's where he goes, faces Drew at SummerSlam, probably. But, I mean, I would just rather see Brock and Lashley. It's never been done before.
Alex is still sick, Alice. He's still under the weather a little bit. So he'll probably be with us on Saturday. What about you, Justin? Your thoughts? Reigns and Lashley part 2 next week to go on to face Bobby Lashley. I mean, Bobby Brock. Excuse me. I'm all over the place.
Well, I'm like Dave, honestly. I'd rather see Bobby Lashley fight Brock Lesnar, and not just because he's fighting Roman Reigns. This isn't a match that we've seen as far as Lesnar and Lashley goes. And I've seen people today and yesterday on Twitter saying that supposedly Brock Lesnar is going to show up next Monday, and like you said, it's going to be a triple threat, which I don't know. I hope not, but who knows what they're going to do. But I'd rather see Lashley myself.
But honestly, if they want to set it up to be a triple threat next week, Brock comes out in the main event and F5s both of them, beats the shit out of them. But probably won't happen. They're going to probably have some type of a screwy finish, double count out. I don't know. Something screwy will definitely happen next week to where I don't think it's just going to be Reigns and Lesnar again. I don't think they'll go that route. It's too risky, especially in a SummerSlam pay-per-view. There's going to be the smarts there, as like they like to call them. So they will shit on the main event, just like they did at WrestleMania. So I think the smart.
I think they will anyway. Even if it's Brock and Lashley, I think they'll shit on that too. I
don't know if it's something new. If it's something new and fresh and something that we've never seen before in Lashley and Lesnar, people may give it a shot, and if it starts to suck, then maybe they'll start shitting on it. But I think at the beginning they'll give it a little bit of a chance, and then they'll start crapping on it. But we'll see what happens next week on Raw. Like we said, it's going to be Lashley and Reigns. I know the obvious pick is Reigns, obviously, and to go on and finally beat Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. But Dave, if you were going to have to say yes or no, who do you? Okay, it's better question. Who walks out of SummerSlam the world champion?
Braun Strowman.
Justin?
I could see that. Yeah, I could say Braun myself.
Yeah, you would have to say it would be. I mean, what if Roman did win and Braun did cash in? Like,
you know how
I'm
said,
curious to see how they would play that type of a storyline.
You know how you just said you think Brock will interfere in this match next week? What if it's Braun Strowman who does and says, I want the match with Brock Lesnar. Here's my case.
Well, he did say that on Monday night. He did say that he didn't want to be in the match because he has the briefcase and he can challenge Brock to a match whenever he likes. So, I mean, that would be an interesting turn of play, but I don't think it's going to happen. But I think the most obvious answer would be Reigns moving on to Brock at SummerSlam as much as we would hate it. I still think it'll be a triple threat some way, somehow. And I still think that Strowman ends up being your champion walking out SummerSlam.
And, hey, let's see if Vince finally changes his mind on stuff, because we were talking about this months ago that the rumor was Reigns was going to be facing Brock at SummerSlam. We were talking about this months ago, and we'll see if Vince ever changes his mind on stuff, because that's been the rumor for months and months that it was going to be Reigns and Brock at SummerSlam for the title. So we'll find out next week.
Good point, Budweiser. That's a good point. Budweiser put in the chat that Strowman is his backup plan if the fans are booing when Reigns wins. That's a good point. It's more than likely going to happen. All right, Dave. Throw some dislikes from last night on Raw. One dislike last night from Raw.
An easy dislike would be the B team.
What's up, Steven?
B team versus the Ascension. That was a turn the channel match.
Turn the channel match. Okay. Check on the home run derby match. That's what that was.
Exactly.
After that match, we did find out that next week we will get the Raw tag title rematch. Dave, next week, do we see the B team retain the tag titles?
That's a tough one, but because you never know, they go either way. But I'll just say no, just for the heck of it.
My Ascension losing to the B team? Are you kidding me? Yeah, right. I mean, to the Ascension.
Ascension haven't been good since NXT though.
Hey, what
not their
the
fault.
hell happened to them, man? What's up, Bliss? Out of all the people,
the most dominating. Jeez, go ahead.
They were dominating in NXT, and then they move up to the main roster, and now they're just.
Yeah, I mean, they were the longest reigning NXT tag champions. No one could beat them, and they bring them up with a stupid gimmick. Oh, we're better than the Road Warriors. We're better than Demolition. We're better than everyone, and that just killed their career. And then they had that one of the Raw specials. I don't remember which one it was, but they had all the legends just beat the crap out of them. That really killed them.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they did a revival on them. Justin, a dislike from Raw last night.
Man, I'm gonna go with Red Sox in here. That Bliss and Ronda Rousey segment, I did not care for it.
Okay.
It just rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know.
Yeah, to me, okay. I get it. You know, she's not suspended from Extreme Rules. So if she wants to buy a ticket, she's more than welcome to come. I get it. She gets involved, cool, yeah, sure. Then she shows up the next night. I mean, like, seriously. I mean, usually when this type of stuff happened back in my day, I hate to do that stuff when on the show, you didn't see the person back until, you know, their suspension was over. Most of the time.
Yeah, I was going to say, we had a few instances like with John Cena when he got fired, but he's there every week. And then
yeah, and then Roman Reigns.
Yeah, most of the time, you know, someone's suspended, they're gone, you know, most of the time. They're kind of overselling this shit. Now she's suspended an extra week because she showed up on Raw last night to beat the shit out of Alexa Bliss. But Kurt Angle did announce last night that Alexa Bliss will take on Ronda Rousey at SummerSlam for the Raw Women's title. I mean, how much more obvious can this be that Ronda Rousey's winning at SummerSlam? I don't think there's no other choice to pick but Ronda Rousey. There's no way in hell, especially the way they have booked Alexa Bliss, is she going to beat Ronda Rousey? And I would almost put my beard on the line for that match, but I won't. I'm not that confident.
Damn.
When it comes to wrestling, you never know these days. Dave, your thoughts? Are you excited for Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam?
I'm not excited for it because obviously what's going to happen. Now, when that segment first started, really quick, it looked good. It was like, okay, this is kind of cool. What are we doing here? Here comes Ronda running down the running through the crowd, and it was like, and then it kind of went wacky and weird, but everyone's talking about her hair. So yeah, her hair.
That really
that was a big topic on Twitter, was Ronda Rousey's hair. That is for sure.
It was definitely distracting.
I'm more interested to see how the match takes place, because we all saw how good Ronda was against Nia Jax, but that was against someone a little bit bigger, a little bit more easy for her to probably handle in the ring. Alexa Bliss is smaller than Rousey. Rousey will be able to throw her around a lot easier.
Do whatever she wants with her.
Pretty much do whatever she wants. And I definitely believe what Red Sox fan, this match is going to be quick.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. That's what everybody said about Nia and Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam. It's going to be 10 or 15 seconds. I don't see it being fast.
But see, the thing with Rousey is Bliss can run, but Rousey will easily catch her. Nothing against Nia Jax, but we all know the difference between the two.
Oh, for sure.
But Rousey will definitely I don't think she would allow Alexa Bliss to get away from her like she did against Nia Jax.
Now, Nia was a better opponent for Rousey. And you just look at Alexa Bliss. The match shouldn't last no more than 30 seconds. She should just destroy Alexa Bliss unless he's just beating the crap out of her. I mean, and get disqualified, which would be stupid on a big SummerSlam pay-per-view, which I don't think he'll do that. But
with the coverage that WWE is going to get from ESPN and everything, just because it's going to be Rousey's first title shot, and if she wins, she's going to be on ESPN. And
Good Morning America.
And also, she has a 24. Has that already come out? Her 24 special or no?
No,
I don't think so.
Yeah, they got that coming too. So yeah,
this is her second shot. You're right. This is her second shot. But
okay. But she's gonna win this one. So that's
time event. They're going to definitely publicize it a lot more, especially since it's in New York and it's at the Big Big Five pay-per-view now. Definitely it's going to be interesting to see what happens. All right, Dave, from Raw last night.
Oh wow. That's a tough one. Man, I'm trying to think what all happened last night. Man, I didn't really care much for Raw.
Rude versus Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, man, did you say Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, this is terrible. I mean, the match was okay to start, but man, what are they doing to Bobby Roode? Seriously? I mean, hell. I mean, why did he come to WWE? He should just go back to TNA. Seriously, he should. At least he was relevant there. But even back to NXT.
I understand them saying, "Oh, okay, the theme music, yeah, it might get him cheered or whatever have you." Sure, I get it. But did they not see the work he was doing, not only in NXT? I mean, he was doing fabulous work as a heel in NXT, but for the most part of his career, he's been a heel, and he's done a damn good job at it. His character, the glorious Bobby Roode, is not a face character. It's just not. It should be more of a cocky son of a bitch that pisses you off because he's so damn cocky, because he feels like he's the best guy in the roster. He's glorious.
Almost like Ric Flair, basically.
Kind of, yeah, like a Ric Flairish type of a character. But they don't run it that way. They make it seem like, all he does is smile. And I would love, it will probably never happen, but I would love for them to bring James Storm back.
Yeah, I mean,
you guys, man, how much would that boost up the Raw tag division. I mean, seriously.
Would. I mean, seriously, it would. I mean, and that's funny you mentioned that because I was watching that Pritchard, Bischoff, and JBL thing, and they said AJ Styles' theme music was originally made for James Storm.
Oh, interesting. All right. So Dave doesn't really have too many likes, so just to give him a little reminder, maybe these matches maybe remind him how if good or bad. What about we'll get more into the Sasha and Bayley segment, but what about Sarah Logan, and Ember Moon?
I didn't like that match simply because they made Ember Moon lose her first match, I believe, on the main roster. I mean, and I got so sick of hearing about how Sarah Logan's a Viking. She's a Viking. Viking this, Viking.
That was kind of
like, shut the hell up already.
And I did see a good point on Twitter where they did mention that it was all about Sarah Logan getting her first win, but not about Ember Moon getting her first loss.
Yeah.
And I thought that was it was right. He's correct because they didn't mention that it was her first loss on the main roster at all. It was more about Sarah Logan winning. I'm just curious to see why they have her win. Like, do they feel like she's second tier after Ruby Riott? Because I thought Ember Moon and Liv Morgan were having pretty solid matches between the two of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sarah Logan wins.
Yeah, and I was about to say when I was watching when the match started, I'm like, man, they really been booking Ember Moon well. Oh, never mind.
Not today.
I mean, it seemed like they were booking her pretty good, and it was all of a sudden, nope, she loses. Okay, never mind. I guess that's my mistake. But yeah, I mean,
and to be fair, she did lose by getting distracted. It wasn't. I mean, it's not a clean victory, so to speak, but she did lose her first match.
And what is up with WWE and these two women teams on every show? I need to get Ruby Riott injured right now, but it's like SmackDown, Raw, all have to have two women teams, and one woman's always on the outside.
Right,
that's true.
I feel you on that. They have it with Bliss and Mickie James as well. Let's see. Justin, what about you? Any likes from last night's Raw?
I was gonna say Sarah Logan. Well, not really a like, but I like Wyatt. Yeah, I like that she won. She's actually a good wrestler. I mean, on the indies, she did pretty good. So hopefully they start showcasing her a lot more because she can actually wrestle in the ring.
If you want to talk about Finn Balor being booked horribly, how about Apollo Crews?
That is pretty bad, yeah.
And one of the most talented men on the main roster itself. And he's in a group called Titus Worldwide, where he absolutely all he does is pretty much take losses. It's pretty sad to see because I know when he was in NXT, at least I thought, and this guy could be a star. Maybe they will start doing something with him. I think he was part of the kind of the handful of guys or gals who get brought up to the main roster a little bit too quickly. I'm not really sure why Triple H thought him and why he thought he should be brought up so quickly because he wasn't in NXT for very long.
Yeah, I think that was a case of the new. You know, they're trying to really make. That's when they really first started bringing up guys from NXT right on WrestleMania Monday. You know, kind of. The Raw after WrestleMania, that was one of the really key starts of the whole Shane McMahon from the jumping off the cell and stuff. And all of a sudden, oh, here's Apollo Crews, here's this guy. You know, and he did, you're right. He came up way too soon. He didn't even do much in NXT at all.
Right, and you know that the one gripe is it's not about Apollo Crews in the ring because Apollo Crews in the ring can have a match with anybody and it'll be a good match. It's more the microphone skills. He's not very strong on the promos yet. And that's what NXT is for, to help you get better on the promos. And it felt like he was rushed to the main roster, put in a spot that he was not necessarily comfortable with, and now he's stuck in a Titus Worldwide group. So, man, hopefully I don't wish anybody being fired, and I know maybe he's financially fine where he's at with WWE, I'm sure, but I hope he gets maybe somehow showcased.
Maybe a heel turn? I don't know. That might benefit him.
This guy needs something.
How much does he pay? Is he over 205?
There you go. I was about to say, could he put it on 205? But I think he's over 205, no doubt. This muscle alone, I mean, he would have to be 205. All right, Justin, anything else you liked from Raw last night?
You know, Mojo Rawley actually looked pretty good. He had a good match with Tyler Breeze. I mean, that's not
Tyler
really saying,
Breeze
that's not really
into
saying a
singles
lot,
action. Right. Right, fair point, fair point. Seems like Mojo Rawley's on the fast track up, it seems. He's been getting wins lately. I know not any credible wins, but he has been getting wins lately. So let's touch on Bayley and Sasha Banks. Kurt Angle forces Bayley and Sasha to team up, pretty much threatens Bayley, saying that if they can't team up or become, I guess, friends again, that one of them would be traded. And I'm like, holy shit. They just mentioned something about them being traded. I mean, that kind of like opened up my eyes. Like, okay, this storyline could be going somewhere. But then we get to the whole where the match ends, kind of Sasha snaps and attacks both Fox and Brooke, kind of saving the day for Bayley. And then afterwards, you get Bayley wants to know what happened with Sasha. And Sasha admits that she can't stand it when somebody else beats Bayley up. Sasha Open shares her feelings with Bayley, admitting that she loves her, presumably like a sister. I'm not really sure what the hell this storyline is trying to lead up to.
They're not going to go where you think they're going.
They're not going no lesbian type route. I mean, Texas Crip for Life, I saw him mention that in the chat room. I mean, the way they were acting, you would think that, you know, Sasha Banks has a crush on Bayley, but I don't know what they're going to do. It's just, I have no idea. This is just interesting. You would think that Sasha Banks is going to eventually snap again on Bayley. I don't know. What about you, Dave? What are your thoughts?
I just really don't care too much. I think none of us really do care too much about this. I mean, yeah, the whole thing where Sasha, yeah, they're not going to go there. I mean, Tex Kid, chill out. Put your pants back on.
Oh, Bliss Side. Look at Bliss Side, WWE's version of the Golden Lovers.
Oh, there you go. That's interesting. So they would have to be lovers then. So we both know Sasha's married.
I like that. That's actually a good comparison if you really think about it. It's actually a really good. Oh, look at Red Sox fan. Look at Red Sox. Come on, man. That's a pretty good comparison. That's a pretty good comparison.
Yeah, but they can't go nowhere. I mean, it's not like there's a women's tag division. Or they can't go anywhere with this.
I don't know where they're going with this. I have no idea. Is it going to be time out that Sasha's like evilly obsessed with Bayley and she doesn't want nobody but Bayley to be her friend? I don't know.
I mean, is it possible because of... I mean, but WWE's too PG to have girls making out on Raw. This isn't the Attitude Era.
Yeah, that shit won't happen.
Yeah, I guess unless you're going like, oh, we want to play to a gay character, which they already have Sonya Deville, but they don't. I don't know if they openly have said it on TV though. But I don't know. I mean, they had Darren Young. That didn't really turn out so well.
I mean, Tristan Mickey, yeah, but that was during.
See, that's what I was just gonna say. Sasha's gonna be Mickey in this.
Now I see what you mean. Yeah, that's a good comparison.
Like being her stalker, she can like stalk freaking.
Like like I said, like she's a crazy friend. Like she doesn't want Bayley to be friends with nobody but Sasha Banks.
That's what I was just gonna say.
I don't think no one can pull that off like Mickey did.
Well, but
probably not.
No.
But that's a good. That's probably a better comparison than to the Golden Lovers. Okay, is that better, Red Sox fan? That's a lot better of a comparison. All right, so there wasn't very many likes from you guys last night. But what about dislikes from you guys? We'll go with Justin first.
Well, Sasha almost killed Dana Brooke on the outside. That was not too very good.
No, and Alicia ended on her head almost. It was like, geez.
Yeah, she bounced freaking twice, I think, that I counted. I was like, God damn.
That was a pretty brutal bump on the outside by Dana Brooke.
Mm-hmm.
Roman winning was a dislike for no effects. That's funny. You didn't see the spot where Dana Brooke was on the ringside on the ring, and Sasha Banks grabbed her by her arms and flew her over her head. And she landed straight on her back onto the outside of the ring. So it was a pretty brutal spot.
She tipped Dana Brooke.
Yeah, she beat him. She took a pretty brutal spot there. Dave, dislike?
The main event wasn't really that good. I didn't really care for that. I knew Bobby was winning anyway. It was obvious. The Rollins fans gonna be pissed off, but I mean, yeah, Bobby was winning that with the spear. Of course, you got two guys who use the same move now. At least to let them use it more now, and because it was his move anyway, and when he was in Impact. So yeah, Bobby. I mean, that was good, but it was figured that was happening. But to me, the match wasn't that good anyway. I think that's what takes away from these matches like this. When you have Bobby Lashley and Reigns in two triple threat matches, you obviously know they're both gonna win. So that kind of takes it away from the match a little bit. Even though both matches were probably pretty darn good. And Elias to me didn't belong out there anyway. But it's me.
Okay, I turned it off because I knew Bobby was winning. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people kind of just figured it.
Also, commentary was bad as well. That was one of my dislikes. Commentary is just getting hard to listen to.
Oh my god! And that stuff they were when Coach is trying to get his hour in, his word of the hour, and they're just cutting him off, and it's like, geez, just everything's getting bad.
Michael Cole. Okay, I don't like to hate on Coach too much, but Coach's word of the hour makes me feel like I'm watching goddamn Sesame Street, man. Like seriously, we don't need a goddamn word of the hour. Just concentrate
Corey
on
Graves
commentary and do your thing. That's all you got to do out there, Jonathan Coachman. We don't need your word of the hours. You don't need to be this word of the hour is turnbuckle.
We need Booker T back out there.
Yeah, really. And honestly, I prefer SmackDown. I prefer SmackDown's commentary team over Raw's team right now.
Oh, hands down, man. Hands down. Hey, all right, come on. As much as we have given Saxton gripe, Saxton is honestly not that bad on commentary. Right? No? Yes?
No, he's not. No.
Yeah, and those three, the original guys who were the original three in NXT, those guys are entertaining together, and they work off well together. I mean, Graves with those guys, it seems more like they're just out there having fun. With Raw, it just seems like a bunch of stupid hour crap, and they're just always
terrible.
Raw sounds like they're reading off a script, which they are.
I don't mind Saxton. I don't mind Saxton.
I like when he gets owned. It's funnier when he gets put in his place. That's what's funny about
commentary. He's getting
destroyed.
I guess I find it funny because they all dog on him. Like when Kevin Owens goes out there, or when he did go out there, or when whoever's out there, Samoa Joe, or when whoever's out there, when they're out there with him, they always either threaten him or tell him to shut up, or
that's one of my favorite lines. That's one of my favorite lines when Graves says, "Shut up, Saxon," or "Shut up, Phillips." That's just funny to me. I like that.
That's NXT has a better announced team.
I don't know about minus Percy Harvin or what is his name? Watson.
Percy Watson bring down the NXT commentary.
Well, that was a while ago, but yeah. He's terrible in my opinion. He's on 205 Live now too, I think too.
Yeah, he's on 205 Live.
And so I don't really care for Percy Watson. There you go.
Yeah, Percy Watson. All right, so Justin, another dislike.
Cool. Damn, that's a good one. Go to Dave first. I got to think about that.
Because if you have no more, that's fine. We can move on to the ratings of the show tonight.
I'll tell you what, like I just remembered. Mickey James, period. Not those segments, just Mickey James was a like. That's about it.
I thought the Ember Moon Sarah Logan match was good. I didn't really care for Logan winning, but I did enjoy the match. I see what else. The triple threat matches were. I thought the first one was better than the second triple threat. I think after you saw Reigns win, you kind of had a feeling that there was no chance in hell Rollins or Elias were going to win. They were going to most likely go with Bobby Lashley taking the victory. What else? I did like the opening segment of Raw.
No, they could go.
Go ahead.
I was going to say they could be going an Elias and Rollins feud because beginning of that match, Elias did attack Rollins.
That is true. Yeah, and next week Elias debuted Albin as well. I'm curious. I'm curious to see how that is, and I wonder how much it costs.
That's going to be interesting.
WWE was selling Shut Up Saxon shirts, but took it off the website the next day. Why?
Yeah, I saw that. I noticed that they took it down.
Probably because someone complained on Twitter about it. Oh, that's offensive, telling someone to shut up. That's the world we're in now.
F. Elias album. Wow, damn. All right, so let's do our Raw ratings for last night's Raw. We always do between a 1 and 5 scale. Dave, you first. Last week's Raw has got really bad reviews from us. I did think it was better than last week's, that's for sure. But that's not saying much. Go ahead, Dave, you first.
Okay, my word of the hour is predictable. Raw was fucking predictable. I'll give it a 1. That's being generous.
All right, Dave. I'm sorry, Justin.
I'll give it a 2 stars.
I see a lot of 2s, 1.5s, 2.5s, 3.5s. Wow. Red Sox fan is just trolling his ass off tonight. What an asshole. 2.5, 1s. I'll give it a 2. I thought for the most part, Raw wasn't. When it gets me to watch all 3 hours without being like, fuck, I want it to be over with already, then it's an okay Raw.
Yeah,
You know
do we know what ratings were last night?
Not yet.
I haven't found out the Raw ratings yet, but I'm sure they won't be that great because that home run derby I heard was something else, and then like you said, you have a Raw which is viewership was up last night, Bobrisky. Okay, and then plus what you like you said, Raw was pretty much predictable for the most part. I mean, other than the women's match and other stuff like that, I think it was pretty much predictable.
Yeah, wow. It was up pretty good. It was up 2,000,000 over 800 or so, however that reads. But yeah, it was up really big.
So Dave gave it a 1, and Justin gave it a 2.5, and I gave it a 2. So, all right, so let's move on to SmackDown Live because I think SmackDown Live, for the most part, really brought it tonight. The storytelling was very, very good. Next week we have a match between Becky Lynch and Carmella, and if Becky Lynch somehow pulls off the victory against Carmella, she will go on to SummerSlam and challenge for the Women's SmackDown Live title. So, Dave, does Becky Lynch defeat Carmella next week?
Yes. It's a non-title match. Yeah.
All right. What about you, Justin?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. As far as if Ellsworth interferes, I'll break his no chin even more. Wow. When are they taking the belt off Carmella? That's a good question. I would love to say at SummerSlam, but I honestly don't know. I'm scared. I feel like they're going to keep the title on Carmella for a long time because the fans hate it. They hate it. The fans hate her as a champion. So you know how WWE is. So maybe if the fans start hating her more and more as a champion, maybe she'll actually get some fucking heat. Because she doesn't get any heat out there when she goes out into the ring and does her usual spill. I think Becky Lynch is going to get a run with the title again. I hope so. She
definitely needs it. See where she deserves it anyway.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine that she was the first ever Women's SmackDown Live champion, and that's the last time she's ever been close to holding the title again.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I tweeted about this saying, like, you know what? I hate what they were doing to Asuka because it's terrible, but if the end game is to have Becky Lynch beat Carmella at SummerSlam, then I can get behind that.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Mandy Rose didn't do too good tonight against Becky Lynch, but Becky Lynch, like I said, gets the win, and if she wins next week against Carmella, she goes on to face her at SummerSlam for the title.
I think Graves would disagree with you.
Paige does have another huge announcement. We'll get in that in just a second because how about the opening match tonight between Andrade Almas and AJ Styles in a non-title match? Whew. This match was really good. Andrade ends up taking the loss via tap out in a pretty good, solid match, I thought. It really showcased Almas a lot. It really showed that Almas has a future in the WWE, and let's see hopefully what they have next in store for him. Your thoughts, Dave, of the opening match of SmackDown Live?
Yeah, I guess the only one you can ask. So yeah, it was pretty good. I enjoyed this match. I thought it was a really good match. Oh, I thought it was a really good match, and yeah, I mean, Cien Almas, I mean, doing some crazy. That moonsault he did was freaking awesome. That double moonsault, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. But yeah, this is fun. A lot of people were putting out Bullet Club versus Lij, so that was kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, it was a good match. It was, and if I don't think anyone has said it because people are putting it out there. I don't think no hardcore wrestling fan said that AJ buried Almas at all because he was out there.
Not buried, but they were upset that he tapped.
I see some people said, but he can. Yeah, I get that, but I mean, he just tapped to the world champion. I mean, that's not like he tapped to, I don't know, anyone like Ty Dillinger or something. I mean, it's not like he did that, but I mean, he held his own, and it wasn't a squash match or a job match. It was a good, entertaining match, and like someone tweeted, it can establish for something bigger down the line. Whether this was the plan all along to have this match this early. Go ahead.
He made a good point in the chat room saying that I think he held his own against AJ Styles and where AJ usually carries in the match.
Yeah, that's a great. Yeah, usually that's how it is. I mean, because I think I'm not want to say AJ carried Rusev, but it seemed like he was more leading that match than Rusev was. But yeah, they seem like, and I guess they have. And Red Sox fan, I think even they said it on SmackDown, but they have faced each other in Japan before. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, so these two probably already have some good chemistry out there. And that didn't seem like your normal AJ Styles match that we used to see in the last few months. So it was something different and something fun. Something new for WE fans, anyway.
Red Sox fans said they never wrestled in New Japan.
Okay, they mentioned something about it on commentary like they've met in Japan or something like that before, but maybe I misunderstood that.
All right, so Justin, I know you didn't see the match, so let's move on to what happened after the match. And it was something that I predicted that may happen on Sunday night, and that is Aiden English walking backstage. He sees Lana and pretty much says he wishes he could take back, but he cannot. That was the pinnacle of what Rusev has been working for. Lana says Rusev is angry and disappointed and he needs his space. Lana says that she does not understand why he's coming to her. She asks him if he is what is best for Rusev. So they're already starting to tease it. The breakup between Aiden and Rusev. Thoughts, Justin, on this?
I'm not sure if they're gonna break up or not. Honestly, I don't see them doing it just because they're selling so much merchandise and they're actually good together. And is Lana using both accents? Because she was talking American and then she was talking Russian and then she's going back and forth.
Yeah, I think she forget.
She was only saying Rusev in her little Russian accent. Everything
yeah, so I was like, what the hell?
American. It was horrible.
Yeah.
No, she's not Russian. I mean, come on. Anyone's ever seen her on Total Divas, she's not Russian. She plays Russian.
For sure, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know, but it's like pointless to have her keep doing this Russian thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Like a Kofi Kingston moment.
I think Lana doing Total Divas messed up her Russian accent. Probably. Yeah, she probably forgot how to fucking do it. Your thoughts, Dave?
Yoko Lana.
Yeah.
Breaking up the Beatles. But I think, honestly, Tony, you said it Sunday night too, that Rusev needs this though. Yes, they might be selling a lot of merch right now, but Rusev needs to go back to what he was when he was with Lana. Just Bulgarian Brute, who was just destroying everybody. He's kind of lost that and become, like you said, like kind of a comic relief. And when he was just this badass destroying everybody, they need to get back to something like that.
Yeah, maybe we get that next week with I just don't know.
Would this compare if Rusev turns on Aiden English? Would this be compared to like the Festival of Friendship type thing, where the big breakup?
I do think people would be upset.
Like the reaction.
Yeah, people will be upset at Rusev Day ending, I'm sure, but I don't think it'll go that far. I don't think people care too much about Aiden. You know, it's different between Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, two guys
So
that.
I didn't mean like those two. I just meant like a reaction because everyone loves Rusev Day.
So long, Aiden's push. Yes, sir. Aiden English is going to be stuck on the backstage segments.
205 Live.
Let's see what else. We also had a Ty Dillinger match between Samoa Joe.
Was that really a?
If anybody didn't know, last week on SmackDown Live, Samoa Joe pretty much choked out Ty Dillinger. Ty Dillinger is getting ready for his match. R-Truth enters the backstage, the locker room, and asks if he's ready. It was a stupid segment. I'll just say that. Which then led to Ty Dillinger versus Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe killed Ty Dillinger just like we thought it was going to be. And Samoa Joe pretty much dominating like he has been and making more and more sense for the next challenger for AJ Styles. Dustin, what did you think of the Samoa Joe segment or match? And
I mean, is there really anything to talk about it? What was it, like a minute long, if that? And it was basically just an ass whooping, all you pretty much can say about it.
Okay. Do you think he'll be next in line for AJ Styles?
Ooh, I certainly hope so.
Now, will you watch that match?
Yeah, I did. Mm-hmm.
No, will you watch that match if it's AJ versus Joe?
I don't know. SummerSlam, maybe not. Maybe if it's here in Hell in a Cell, I'll go to the bathroom, like a bathroom break. Who knows? I don't know.
What about you, Dave?
Yeah, not really much to talk about. Joe killed him, and I mean, it'd be interesting to see what the big announcement is next week by Paige for this whole thing. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see if she's gonna announce some multi-man matches next week for this. Who knows?
This is my damn allergies. Damn allergies are acting up a little bit. But Joe is not very durable. You're crazy, man. I would love to see Joe and AJ Styles. I think that would be a very good match. A match that a lot of people
said that probably.
And I thank you for inviting your followers, Peck and Ron. I agree. I think Ty Dillinger needs a new, fresh start. That changes gimmick. Keep the 10 gimmick, sure, but man, this dude needs something different. Have him attack.
I think he needs a new job.
Beat the shit out of him.
I think he needs to get released. I mean, I like Ty, but they're never going to use him. They never are. I mean, he's really stuck in a bad spot. He really is.
That rehashing that old rivalry, AJ and Joe can burn the house down.
Oh, right. It will, definitely. I mean, Joe and AJ, I mean, man, with Daniels, I mean, they had some classics. I mean, those, even by themselves, they had classics. I mean, but everyone always talks about that breakdown show with AJ, Daniels, and Joe, and that was considered till this day still the best match that ever took place in TNA.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. They've had some classic matches back in the day. Again, thank you, everybody, for joining us. We are Get the Tables podcast. We are live every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. We will be live again on Thursday. Just coming Thursday is the Go Home Show to Impact Wrestling Slammiversary. So I hope you guys can join us on Thursday. We'll be giving our thoughts on the Impact show, the Go Home show, and then on Saturday, of course, we'll be live shooting the shit, and we'll give our predictions for Slammiversary. And then Sunday night, we're going to be back here again, giving our thoughts on almost called it TNA, on Impact Wrestling's Slammiversary. It should be a good show. Very looking forward to it, and have a lot to talk about it this weekend.
You can order it on the Fight app, and just like the last pay-per-view they had someone people show up that you didn't expect. I think it was Jimmy Jacobs when he first showed up at their last pay-per-view, and then Tessa Blanchard. So we could get some surprises, especially the 10th or the anniversary, whatever year it is.
I heard that AJ is holding that title to break Punk's WWE title reign and for the video game. Shit, I wouldn't doubt it. I
doubt he breaks Punk's record.
Excuse me. Also, we had The Miz tonight have a little bit of a burial of Team Hell No. Had a little funeral for them, I should say, which was a pretty funny segment, which then led to Daniel Bryan coming down and wreaking havoc. Now, I saw a lot of people say that, maybe this is possibly going to happen at SummerSlam because they're not 100% sure if Daniel Bryan is going to resign with the WWE, which I think he is going to, though. Dave, your thoughts?
You'd almost think he is.
Is this match going to happen at SummerSlam?
Yeah, I think exactly. I've seen the same stuff you were seeing online where it said, it basically said that they want to do it. It's the money match and it's the money feud. And yeah, I think he's re-signing too. I agree. I think he is. But in case he doesn't and he leaves and you had a chance to do that match and you didn't do it, it's like kind of you look stupid if you do the match now and get it out of the way. And that way if he does leave, which he probably isn't leaving, but still. You want to get the match, and people waited long enough for this match anyway. And that's really the big money feud, if anything, right now. Going into SummerSlam, that's probably the hottest feud right now.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see how they have that match play out and if it does actually happen. This, to me, has Kane coming to turn on Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam written all over it. But we'll see. Maybe they don't want to turn Kane heel because of possibly them worried about him affecting his votes. I don't think that would matter, but I'm curious to see if that would actually come to play in storylines. What about you, Justin? Do you think this match happened at SummerSlam?
Yeah, I mean, they're almost kind of backed into a corner having to do it. Like Dave said, if he does not resign, then they're going to kick themselves in the ass by not doing this match and losing the money that they can gain by doing the match. So they honestly have to do it.
Yeah, this match is like 2 years in the making, if not 3 years in the making.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. They eventually have to do it some way, and if there's even a slight chance of them thinking that he may not resign, you have to do the match by SummerSlam. Maybe he resigns by then, and then you have a funky finish, like I said, and then you have this match later down the line.
I would hate that, though. It's SummerSlam. If you're going to make it sit through some of these crappy pay-per-views throughout the year, fine. But your big pay-per-views, give us the good matches and the good stuff. Don't give us the crap you do on the regular pay-per-views. If you're going to do some kind of turn, do it on TV or something. Don't do it on one of your biggest pay-per-views. That's what I hate about it. Don't do these stupid angles on a pay-per-view. Do it on... If they want to do it after the match, fine, but not during the match.
Right. There was speculation, DX, that he did resign, but apparently he hasn't resigned yet. But
no, according to Dave Meltzer.
Yeah, according to Dave, he hasn't resigned yet, but is going to resign. That's what he said. So you all know how we feel about good old Dave Meltzer. So if you believe him or not, that's up to you. But he's saying that he hasn't resigned, but he will. So we'll see about that. Match after that, we had Eric Young taking on Kofi Kingston, a match that probably nobody would ever thought they would have seen about 10 years ago. I thought this match was pretty good. Kofi Kingston takes the loss. Eric Young gets the win. I thought this was booked correctly. You got to have Sanity still look strong out there. Not sure what they have in store for them, but what did you think about the match, Justin?
I enjoyed it. It was a real fun match to watch. I can't wait to see where this feud goes from here. But I really enjoyed the match.
What about you, Justin? I'm Dave. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I completely agree. I enjoyed the match. It's weird seeing Kofi do singles matches, though. Even though they were all on the outside, but still, I mean, we've said this before. You forget how good Kofi was as a singles wrestler because he's always doing this stupid, goofy stuff and the pancake gimmick stuff, which is really getting old. Yeah, it was a good match. I'm glad Eric Young won. Yes, I was worried that they were going to go the other way, but yeah, I'm glad he got the win. But I still think he needs to get a better. Would they just not let him use his finisher in WWE because it's too dangerous, or what? I don't know. Because back in his finisher was the pile driver, so maybe they won't let him use it. Maybe they say it's too dangerous to do. I don't know, but because I remember that was his finish instead of this wheelbarrow neck breaker, which is really difficult to do sometimes.
Oh, Red Sox fan. I'm reading the chat. I'm not going to talk during when they're talking. Pile driver is banned in WWE, says Red Sox fan.
Okay. Well, I know that was his finish.
Yeah, so that's why I guess he has to change it. So, yeah, I agree with you on Kofi Kingston. It was nice seeing him out there doing his thing. And you act like I said, when you have these guys, all three of them, Kofi, Xavier, or Big E, when they have a singles match, you forget how good these guys actually are in the ring as a singles wrestler.
Yep.
And my question to you, Dave, and Justin as well, and in the chat room, if you would like to answer this question as well, is Kofi Kingston a Hall of Famer, Dave?
Yeah, probably, because everyone's a Hall of Famer in WWE, no matter if you deserve it or not. I mean,
but
there's
does
a lot
he
of people.
deserve it? Does he have the accolades to be a WWE Hall of Famer?
In my personal opinion, no, because it's like world championships basically put you in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion, and that's how it should. But it's not looked at like that by WWE. It looked at popularity. So yeah, but if me saying no, I don't think he does. But he's had a good career. He's won tag titles. He's won ICUS. But yeah, go ahead.
So maybe not Kofi, but what about the group itself, New Day?
I think they would definitely be put in just because of how popular they are. They are the longest reigning tag champion, so definitely.
What about you, Justin?
I mean, it's really hard to say, honestly, as an individual. It's like Dave said, he's won multiple tag titles, multiple IC titles, the US title, but he's always going to be probably missing that elusive world title, which I don't see him winning it before he retires. So, I mean, it's hard to say, honestly. I mean, yes, he probably will. I mean, I don't know, go in as an individual, but definitely the New Day will go in as a group.
Well, I mean, look at nothing against the tag team, but I can't remember if the Bushwhackers ever won tag titles, but they're in the Hall of Fame.
True. I mean, well, it's different times. You can't really compare the Bushwhackers to the New Day.
No, but what I'm getting at is I'm not comparing the two teams. I'm comparing the fact that WWE Hall is a joke.
Right,
not
of course. I mean, Kim Rock's in the goddamn Hall of Fame. I mean, seriously.
I know, but wrestlers who get in shouldn't be in, honestly, in my opinion. I mean,
Drew Carey's in there.
Yeah, so is Donald Trump, but yeah.
Yeah, let's focus on getting Owen and China in there. I agree.
Yeah, Owen, good luck with that.
Yeah, Owen's going to be a little bit more tougher to do. All right, so the main event, we had Nakamura take on Jeff Hardy in a rematch for the United States Championship. I think we all remember what happened at Extreme Rules, where Nakamura defeated Jeff Hardy very quickly, and then Randy Orton came out afterwards and kind of attacked Jeff Hardy. Well, almost kind of the exact same thing happened tonight, where Jeff Hardy looked like he was going to win the title from Nakamura, but Orton gets involved and basically beats the living crap out of Hardy. Even at one point sticks his finger inside the hole of Jeff Hardy's ear, where he has his ear pierced, the earlobe, excuse me. That was interesting.
That was.
I'm not really sure what the evil side of right by Orton is. This pretty much against Hardy for some reason. So I definitely think this might be the SummerSlam singles match at SummerSlam. But Dave, your thoughts? Nakamura retains and Jeff Hardy loses by Randy Orton beating the crap out of him.
I thought this was a damn good match. I really was enjoying this match. Yes, we had a screwy finish, but you know what? Kind of expected it a little bit. I kind of expected Jeff Hardy, and so hey, Randy Orton saved. I bet Justin, I thought he'd say this. Randy Orton saves Nakamura's title, so it seems like they're definitely doing something with Nakamura and Randy Orton. It seems like they're definitely doing something with those guys. It seems that's the way they're going, because he comes out and saves his title tonight, and then beats the hell out of Jeff Hardy. This is the type of Nakamura that Randy Orton that I could get behind. I like this vicious side of Randy Orton. I haven't seen it in a long time. I mean, It's been a while. So, I mean, I like it. I mean, I'm intrigued to see why. Like, he said something. I didn't really hear what he said, but he said something.
Know why?
Yeah, is that all he said? I didn't hear if he said anything else, but yeah, but that was. I'm intrigued. This storyline right here is very intriguing. Kudos to WWE for giving us something a little different. And yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was fun seeing Randy Orton like this again, and him and Nakamura as a heel tag team could be phenomenal.
Randy is going to be in the United States. Well, Orton did used to be Nak's partner in that Owens and Shane feud. That is true. Viper
that's right.
Charismatic Enigma.
I forgot about that.
charismatic Enigma did show up tonight in that opening promo. That was so weird when he's all, enjoy the show. And I was like, what? You know, so definitely this isn't a house show, bro.
Is he high again?
SmackDown Live. It's SmackDown Live. But I think it was a solid. I think overall SmackDown tonight was a really good show. A lot better than the last couple of weeks. We got some more storytelling. And hey, we have something to look forward to next week's SmackDown Live, which we have Paige announcing who will face AJ Styles at SummerSlam, and then we have Becky Lynch taking on Carmella, and if she wins, she goes on to SummerSlam to face Carmella for the title. And then also on Monday night, we have the B team taking on the Woken Lovers in a rematch for the tag team titles. And then we also have the Lashley and Reigns match to look forward to as well. So I put a Twitter poll for SmackDown Live, and 60% said that they loved it, 31% said they liked it, and 9% said that they hated SmackDown Live tonight. Dave, your overall rating for SmackDown Live tonight?
Did Justin give his thoughts on the match?
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, so sorry about that, Justin. Yes, your thoughts on Randy Orton becoming the vicious killer and the heel turn.
Well, honestly, I'm happy. I might be the only one, but I'm happy. Randy Orton's back, and now he's a heel again because that's when he does some of his best work. He's even said himself that he hates being a face. So, I mean, hopefully he can bring some of that fire back that he had before, be a nasty, badass heel. The match, I liked the match. It was good. The only thing during the match I didn't like was that Swanton bomb. He landed wrong or landed hard or whatever because he did not hit it right.
He hasn't hit it right in a long time.
No.
But yeah, that looks pretty bad. But yeah, I'm all for Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy feud at SummerSlam. That'd be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, and I'm interested to see why he did it. Like he told him in the broadcast, he kept telling him, "Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why?" So I'm kind of interested, to see what the hell is going on with that.
And Randy Orton's in a gimmick that he wants. He loves to be. He loves to be a heel. So finally, you get that heel. Randy Orton back on SmackDown Live.
It would really be nice if he starts punning people again, but I know they're not going to do that.
The Randy Orton everybody loved back in the day. All right, now let's do our ratings. I'm sorry about that, Justin. Dave, your thoughts, ratings overall. Down Live tonight is...
I'll give it a 3. I thought it was really good.
Wow, a 3. I thought you were going to do higher than a 3. Okay, all right. Hello, bearded woman. Hey, how's it going tonight? We got 5s, 3s. Mandy Rose, 10. That's funny. Justin, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 3 as well. It was pretty solid show. No Asuka, which was kind of weird. But other than that.
Hope she goes to Japan and stays there.
I'm going to give SmackDown Live tonight a 4. I thought it was a good show tonight. I enjoyed everything pretty much on the show tonight. I'm looking forward to next week's announcement, even though we pretty much all know it's most likely going to be someone with Joe. And, yeah, SmackDown Live was pretty solid tonight.
Paige has been kicking Kurt Angle's ass as far as the GM goes.
Oh, Jerry Houston. Then why do you come in here and add to my viewership? Or our viewership, I should say. I don't understand why you have to be so mean. Why is he so mean? He's so mean. We'll be back again on Thursday night, everybody. We'll be talking on Impact Wrestling's The Go Home Show for Slammiversary. And then also we will talk about NXT from Wednesday. So it should be a good show. Who do you think will fight, Brock, Roman, or Bobby? We all have Roman. We want to be fake, then be fake, little man. What is this guy? Dude, don't take your sexual frustrations out on someone else. Yeah, shave my. See now I'd see that. What is up with the people that are here tonight? You get the gold membership, and then you get the weirdos. We've had over 3,000 viewers tonight. We do really appreciate everyone who showed up tonight and give us the support that you always give us. We really do appreciate that. I think that's going to pretty much wrap up tonight's show. Wow, we went a little bit under an hour and a half tonight. That's got to be a record for a Raw and SmackDown Live post show. Usually we have a little bit of a ranting session, but not too many rants tonight. I thought, Raw was bad for the most part, but it wasn't rant bad. We had those crazy rants like we had last week. And Saturday's show is going to be very interesting because we have a lot of rumors and stuff to talk about that are going around. We have the new NXT signees that we'll touch on Saturday night as well. Probably mention it on Thursday since we'll be touching on NXT on Thursday as well. And then we'll give our predictions for Saturday night's Slammiversary. Everybody press 1 in the chat room if you're excited for Slammiversary this Sunday. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that show more than they were Extreme Rules. So if you're looking forward to Slammiversary, hit 1 in the chat. Let me know. Ryan Satin reported a false story. Which one was that, Bobaruski? Which one was that? So don't forget, everybody who is a Impact Wrestling fan, we'll be live Sunday night after the show. So tell your friends, come join us. We'll love to you guys to join in on the fun. What is up? Damn weirdos tonight, dude. Who won the Sami Callihan Rich Swann match? What did they wrestle each other? I thought there was a 6-man tag match. 6-man tag match from Thursday night. Alex should be on the show Saturday. I'm pretty sure he'll be on the show Saturday. Justin, any last thoughts before we end tonight's show?
No, just hopefully everybody has a good rest of the week.
And what about you, Dave?
Sunday, Slammiversary. Everyone should check it out. I mean, hey, give Impact Wrestling another shot because it's probably going to be a good show. I mean, man, some big matches. And this week, go home show, like you said, it's going to be fun. NXT, I have no clue what's going on there tomorrow, no idea. But I know Impact should be really good this week. So people tune in. I mean, it's going to be fun. And
Yes.
Don't forget, live after Slammiversary, we'll be live here on Periscope talking about it. I don't know if Justin's going to watch it or Alex is going to join, I don't know.
No, Slammiversary is not on Pop. It's going to be on Fight TV or your local cable provider. So if you want to have to buy the pay-per-view to watch it. So we'll be buying it, we'll be watching it, and then we'll be touching it on Sunday night. First Impact pay-per-view I will see since Bound for Glory 2013.
Cool.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
That was a good one, too, I think.
Wow. Well, you're going to be in for a treat, Juanito. I think you're going to really enjoy the show. It's definitely a nice little fresh of breath there from WWE. The storylines recently have been pretty damn good, and the main event for Slammiversary should be pretty solid. I think you'll enjoy the show. I think it's going to be, to me, expectations for Slammiversary, to me, is high. They should expect a really good show.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even really looking forward to the main event. It's the other matches I'm looking forward to, honestly. I don't really care about Aries and Moose, honestly, so whatever they do will be icing on the cake. I'm most looking forward to that 4-way and LAX stuff and the mask versus hair match. I mean, those are the matches I'm really looking forward to right there.
Yeah, and we'll touch on that Red Sox fan, the Alpha Club versus the Bullet Club on the Jericho Cruise. We'll be touching on that on Saturday.
And too bad that is going to be live streamed because that Jericho Cruise sounds like it's going to be an awesome show.
No, I cannot Periscope the Impact show. I'm not going to get my lovely account banned, especially after the hard work we've done on this show. I don't want it to be blocked for some crazy reason by some way somehow. So it's not worth the risk. But I hope everybody's able to watch it, and if you're not able to watch it, I'm sorry. And hopefully you guys can join us on Sunday night, and we could do a good enough job on giving you a good post show. So even if you didn't see it, you're still able to enjoy the post show. I don't Periscope these shows. If I'm there live, yeah, I Periscoped when I was live at the Impact and versus Lucha Underground. What the hell are you talking about, Red Sox fan? So we'll be live again on Thursday. Like I said, Slammiversary, WWE NXT post shows. We'll be live Thursday night and then Saturday night and Sunday night. So 3 more shows to go for the rest of the week. again, I can't thank you enough again for getting us to these gold, platinum status on Periscope. It means a lot to us. Again, thank you for dropping the numerous amount of super hearts. Josh Hensley, Brandon Apter, Lint Mantis, Jeffrey Cross, and Mr. Budweiser. Thank you guys for the support of the super hearts. Much appreciated. And everybody, thank you for dropping those regular hearts in the chat. Shout outs, Bobarooski, Adam Awesome, Budweiser, Kevin, Jeffrey Cross, Red Sox fan, Bliss Side, England, JT, Juanito. Who is this? We got Blue Cafu? Is that what it says? Peckinrod, Ted, Jeannie J, thank you for jumping in as well. Sonny Johnson, if you're new to the show, I really do hope you hit the follow button because we are live 3 times a week. And if you also don't mind, tell your friends about us because we would love to gain more followers and get to that 900 follower mark by the end of the summer. Anything else, guys?
Nope.
All right. If you haven't, hit us up on YouTube, hit us up on the Twitter, and hit us up on the Periscope. Did you wear that Bailey shirt all day? No, I did not. I wore it tonight. That's all. I did not wear it all day. I'll be wearing a different wrestling shirt on Thursday. Don't worry. I don't want no more hate. Didn't hate by wearing a Bailey shirt. Oh, also thank you for Mr. Brandon Cantino. I don't know if y'all see that picture right there. The background right there. Yeah. I won a giveaway on his Twitter, and he sent me a picture of him, and it's autographed. So he will also be on the show because he's going to have a fight this week. So we're going to be getting him on the show as well. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. And we hope you have a great Wednesday because we want to see you on Thursday. Thank you, everybody. Have a great one.